What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Chris here at Cullivalla South Farm. Well, guys, the last week has been pretty much a week of odd jobs. Old man winter is finally here. We got our first snow the other day. Got a couple inches, melted real fast, but kind of harked the end of fall and the beginning of winter, for me anyway. So this past week, we trenched in our satellite internet line, which we needed to get down underground, obviously, because we don't want to hit it with a plow this winter or have the plow guy hit it. We worked on getting some wood up by the house. We're running the wood stove now pretty much non-stop because it's cold. And did a few other little kind of winter prep things. We cut and split some more firewood. We got our fuel tank all set. So we got this a few weeks ago. This is a 100-gallon diesel tank, basically, for the tractor. I really got sick of having to run down the road to the fuel station or use 5-gallon jerry cans and this thing takes about 15 gallons when it's pretty empty. So we bought a 100-gallon tank and then a DC pump, which I can just hook to the battery of the tractor, and I also have a DC inverter in the barn where I can just hook it to that and fill it up. We did fill it up with some diesel. I just wanted to get something here on the farm just so we had it, and you know, I got sick of running down the road. And you know, Deere says it's better to keep these things full, especially in the winter, to cut down on condensation. So this allows me to do that, and it seems to work pretty good. So the other project we've been working on, we did some more trail maintenance. Been hunting a fair bit. Unfortunately, haven't seen anything. We did get a doe off the property last week. My son-in-law got a doe, so we are going to have some deer meat this year, but we have not gotten anything ourselves yet. So we did install a rear wiper kit this morning on the John Deere. With the skidding winch on and up, I can't just open the back window if it gets dirty. So I wanted to have a way to clean it quick and easy. So we got the wiper kit, we put that in, had to pull the overhead down. It was a little bit of a process. The other thing we got when we ordered parts is we got a saw haul, or a chainsaw hauling kit from John Deere. Here it is on the 500i. Now this is actually designed to go on the iMatch, but since we don't use the iMatch, we're using the Pat's Quick Hitch because the iMatch is not compatible with our flail mower or our skidding winch. We are kind of doing a little bit of a custom job here. So what I think we're gonna do is, here, let me set you guys down and I'll show you. So over here on the side, you see we have this toolbox bracket here, which is bolted to the loader. Just these two bolts. So I think we're going to take this bracket off, and I'm actually going to either bolt or weld the chainsaw hauler kind of like this. I think that'll be our best bet to to keep it kind of up out of the way, so we don't hit it. And you know, since we're not using the iMatch, and I want to be able to have a chainsaw with me all the time, that'll keep it up. It'll still keep it fairly tucked in. There's not really any other good spots other than if I were to weld it directly to the loader arm. But this is real easy because I mean, I can just pull those two bolts, take this in the shop, and we can weld it up. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So we'll get the welder out and clean it up and give her a rip. All right, guys. So here we are in the shop. We've got our little kerosene heater going because it's chilly today. Warms the shop up nice. We'll actually probably shut it down here pretty quick because we're up to about 54 or so in here, which is plenty warm enough. Just wanted to warm it up enough to kind of take the bite out of the air. So what we did, instead of welding it, I think we're going to try drilling some holes first. So I've marked out how it's going to have to sit here, marked a couple holes, and we're going to get the hand drill and try to drill these. Unfortunately, it does not quite fit in the drill press. The drill press, it's only a benchtop drill press here, and it's a little too long to fit. So we're gonna have to do it by hand. So we'll grab some drill bits in the hand drill and see how it goes. All right, guys, so we're actually gonna start by drilling a smaller pilot hole. The screws that came with the kit are actually supposed to be self-tapping bolts, but they are like basically about a 12mm. I think we have a 12mm tap. So we're gonna drill the right size holes, I think, according to the directions that Deere gave us. We'll start with a small bit, we'll move up to the big, and then we'll tap it out and give it a shot. So anyway, guys, I'll set you down and we'll get at it. One. It's always nice to have good sharp drill bits. I'm just going to double check now that we have our pilot to make sure we're in about the right spot here. That's right there, so. Tab magic, guys. Can't swear by this cutting well enough. Worked really, really well. All right, there's our pilot hole. And we'll move on to the next bit up. We're actually using a 1964 drill bit. The directions call for a .29, and that's the closest that I have to that. So hopefully it will work. If not, we can always drill it out a little, use a nut and bolt. We have plenty over there, so give it a shot, see what happens. All right, one hole down. Actually, is drilling quite a bit easier than I thought it might. We do keep our drill bits pretty sharp. We replace them when they wear, and we do have a drill doctor that does help a lot keeping them sharp. All right, so there's our two holes, guys. So the next thing we'll try to do, here's our self-tapping bolts that they sent with the kit. We'll see if we can actually tap these in, or if we need to use something different, or if we have to kind of change it up and use a nut and bolt, which is kind of my guess of what we're going to have to do, but hey, we'll see. Maybe these will work. They do seem to be going in and tightening, so yep, they do. They are doing what they say. All right, so let's get the bracket here, and what we'll probably end up having to do is once we get these in and tight, we will have to grind. We'll check, but we're probably gonna have to grind the back side a little bit so that we can still open the toolbox normally. The nice thing about bolting it like this, guys, it gives us the ability, if we want later on, to take it off. And really all we did was put a couple holes in a bracket. You know, we didn't really change anything else, so. That's tight. All right, now, can we open the toolbox lid? Oh, we can, look at that. Excellent, so we don't have to trim that off. Cool. So, let's let's go put this back on the tractor with the actual rig and see how it all fits. All right, guys, well, here it is back installed. We actually just tried the chainsaw and it actually sticks out a little bit farther than I like. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this hole down about here. I won't change this hole, just this one, move it out about here. And then re-drill it, re-tap it, and try that and see if that is a little bit higher. I'd like to kind of tuck it in as far as I can, just so when we're cruising through the woods, we don't have to worry about banging on something. So I'm gonna pop this bracket off, take it in, drill another hole, and we'll test it again. All right, guys, so we drilled that hole, and here she is. Now, it is touching up here on the loader arm, but it's not jammed. It's just touching a little bit. It's not gonna hurt the chain brake at all there. And I really wanted to try to get it tucked in as far as I could. You can see now the chainsaw does not stick out farther than the mirror. So we should be in good shape as far as, you know, as far as being able to have the saw with us. This is our 500i, so this is our biggest chainsaw. So this fitting, you know, the 271 and some of the smaller saw, and I think the 441 should easily fit. The 271 for sure, and the 441 we're probably not going to use all that much, and if we do, I'm thinking about putting a smaller bar on it anyway. So anyway, guys, this is I think this is going to be a pretty slick unit. Now, one nice thing about this unit is this feature right here. Has a pin here that you just pull this out and you can just lift the saw right off. So instead of trying to fight the saw sheath and getting the saw up that high, especially with a long bar, we can just slide it right on. Whoop. And put the pin in. And when we want to use it, we just we'll do this, and then we can take the sheath off. So I think this is going to work out pretty well for us, guys. And having that bracket right there made it, you know, nice and convenient to put right in. So I think it's going to work well. We'll definitely get a little paint and paint up that hole that we drilled, so we don't get any rust there. And yeah. So anyway, guys, not typically my normal video, but you know, different projects, different days. And then getting a good way to haul the chainsaw on the tractor was kind of a big must-have. It's something I really wanted to get done. I did not like having it in the cab or, you know, in other precarious positions. So this is going to give me a good, safe way to haul the chainsaw. If I want to, I can even put a little spacer there. If I think that the chain brake is going to be damaged, but I really don't think so. It's barely touching it. And the saw can move around plenty. It shouldn't bounce around that much. It's pretty secure. So anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna end this one here. And like I like to say, if you like these videos, please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. And just remember, it'll be all right.